Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode on the Isle of Berk SMP. I, as usual, am Fern, and today we are going to be doing even more exciting stuff as usual. I say this every single episode, so you might be sick of it if you're watching this like all back to back and you're catching up, but I don't think I'm lying when I say so. So today I have a couple things planned. I have designed a wonderful little hangar building where we can store our dragons and have another way to enter our cave. And also, I was hoping to go exploring for a bewilder beast. Everyone's been getting them. People in my Discord server have been posting pictures of, oh my god, I found this one and that one, and now I'm jealous. So I need to find one as well. Also, in the meantime, all of these guys grew up, except for these little ones. So we'll be naming these as well, because you guys gave me so many names. Also, the build that I'm going to be making uses a whole lot of copper, like a crazy amount. So I laid it out all like right here so I could oxidize, and I waited for it to oxidize overnight, but I got disconnected. So this is as far as it got. Like all of this is not even oxidized a single stage. I wanted to oxidize, of course, because I love the green color, and we are going to be making the How to Train Your Dragon hangar building, which has a green roof. But yeah, after I designed the whole thing and made the schematic, I realized that I need to age all of this stuff, so that's going to be a whole lot of waiting. So let's just switch it up a bit and start immediately with the exploring. After, of course, we name all of our new guys. Alright, so I did all the naming already, because looking through all of the comments took me quite a bit of effort, because there's so many of you guys now, but I'll just go through all of them one by one. And also, if your name suggestion didn't get picked, it's just because there's so many people, not because it's bad. So keep trying and you'll get there eventually. So first off, we have this bad weather storming nightmare, which I called Thor. Someone else said Zeus, but I was like, Thor fits a little better with like the Norse mythology. Then we have the Tempest guy, which is Tsunami. Then we have Lux for the Swine Alpha Light Fury, Umbra for the Svartar Alpha Night Fury, Loki for the Bandit. Someone else said Trickster, and I was like, well, Loki is like the god of mischief, right? Kind of a bit of a trickster, so to keep it on theme with Thor there, I decided on Loki. And then for the Ocassus, Oreo, because of the mixture of black and white. For the Snowflake Alpha, we have Styx. That's someone's name, but it's also like the river Styx, and it's kind of like, you know, a river running down the back. Kind of, you know, I think it fits. So shout out to you. Then we have the Melanistic Night Fury. That is Nyx, kind of like same as Lux. Lots of X's in this. Lux, Styx, whatever. Then we have Obsidian for the Svartar Night Fury. I think that was all of them. Right? Yep. I think that's it. I think that's it. With all of the naming out of the way, we need to find some new land. We updated the Alphas Arise mod, which adds a lot of the big dragons, like I think it's the Purple Death and the Bewilder Beast. Maybe the Forever Wing, but I'm not sure exactly if that one's in here. So we gotta pick out a little spot to go. We've had this entire continent. There is more land over here, and there's land down here. Maybe we just kind of go in the direction of spawn, which is right there, and then head south. I think that could be a worthwhile investment. So I'll do all of the flying off camera, and then hopefully as soon as I bump into anything interesting, I'll show you guys. Right, before I leave, someone had a good idea. I am going to grab one of these little terrible terrors. Maybe the rest later. I'm gonna put him right there. Right there. Oh, it doesn't matter which way he faces. Anyway, he's on the swing now. I fly the tiniest distance, and instantly there's just a field absolutely filled with speed stingers. Like, look at this. There's just so many. Oh. Okay, well, apparently they attack creepers. Is this the alpha? Oh, okay. They're not very friendly. So I'll be going away from here. Interesting. This is like right to the south of Leaf and Lori's base. Let's keep going. Okay, so I'm no expert, but that doesn't really look like a guardian temple. Well, apparently it is a long lost temple. Sit down, boy. Yeah, let's have a look at what... Is there an entrance? Do we mine down from the top? Let's have a quick look in the water. Maybe. Oh, there is guardians. So is it like a... Oh, what is that? Why is it so big? What even are you? Hello. That barely looks like a dragon. That's more of a dinosaur. Wait, look at the floor. It's all end rods. Okay, what are you? I am equipped. Hello. Hello, big guy. You don't hate me, do you? Maybe you do. You're getting close. You are... I saw a name tag for a millisecond. What are you? Stinger... What? Stingerzilla? Like Godzilla? I fear we cannot just leave you be. Oh, look at all those juicy sea lanterns everywhere. I'm taking those. Let me just quickly look up what this guy needs. So after a little bit of digging, I'm not supposed to tame this guy. I'm supposed to kill it. Which is slightly sad. Will you stop that? Which is slightly sad. But apparently it will drop an egg that I can then tame. Because I cannot just tame this guy, apparently. So perhaps that is what we will do. I'm protected quite nicely with protection 4 and everything. I have a good sword. You are a little nuisance. Get out. Move. Move, boy. Yeah, do I just go for it? What's the worst that could happen? Hello, good sir. Wait, where do I even hit it? This little cube? Okay, well. Okay. 720 HP. And he does quite a bit of damage to me. So let's run off. Hopefully he's not too fast. Oh, he just stands there. Or is that just a little glitch? Let's heal up, and then that was just more of the other guys. Come here, boy. Maybe I should have waited till I actually healed up more. It's kind of sad that he isn't like he's stuck or something. Like, this fight would have been way more difficult if he was able to like roam free. So perhaps I'll try to make it interesting with a little bit of that. The only thing that really changed is that now all of these guardians can hit me. Maybe a little bit of that. Okay, well, now he's loose. Oops. Hello. Where'd he go? Oh, over there. Wait, how did he... Oh, he's fast. He is fast. Ghoul, I think I need you. Let's head on out of the water and give chase. He's like walking on the water. Let's blast him with a bit of lightning. That's so interesting that he just kind of walks over the water. His hitbox is still so tiny, I can barely... Oh, he's going for me now. Is he? Sort of. This is goofier than I imagined. Oh. How far along are you? Oh, he's halfway down. Wait, maybe I should use a bow. Do I have a bow? Oh, I have a dragon hunter crossbow. I think it's funny whenever he jumps high in the sky. But if this is how he walks, then maybe if we tame one of them, Like if we get one of the babies. Oh, he's on land now. Is he? Okay, got him in a corner. And before he takes me out, gotta go back and heal. Eat another carrot. And then go in with the sword again. 14 HP. And there he goes. And we have the stingerzilla egg. Starry night. That sounds nice. That sounds interesting. So we came for one giant beast and got another. I'm still gonna go for the bewilder beast because I have plans. But this is certainly a welcome surprise. Let's go back to his temple and claim those sea lanterns. There's like a... Wait, there's like a shipwreck down here. But is this just normal? No, it's not, because it's sunk into the ground one block. We have a bunch of ice sentinels and another Johan trader in the middle. This isn't where we get the bewilder beast, right? No, there's just a whole bunch of stone sentinels. Oh, the water is updating, that's why it's a little laggy here. Let's look at this little shipwreck, because I haven't seen that before. Is there anything in here, or is it just purely decorative? There's an Elder Guardian. Hello. Okay, well, an Elder Guardian spawner? So what's the point of this? Is there loot to be had, or... Oh, wait, no, there isn't. Okay, so there's more stuff down here. We found 2 different structures that have something interesting going on. Let's start off with this one, the underwater one. Let's get Ghoul inside the horn. Or dismiss him. Oh, there's an entrance on the side. Okay. Well, on one hand, it's... Wait, there's nothing in here, is there? But yeah, what is this? Is there... Well... I think this is gonna be the giant dragon episode, because we have a purple death egg. Let me just... Can I take that? I can take it. I think the purple death is from... Oh, I can't break anything. It's from the mobile game, right? And it kind of looks like a very big purple dragon that walks on 2 legs. Now for this place. I don't really know what's going on apart from the snowy... Wait, is it? There's something on the... Oh, there's something on the inside. So, I don't know if it's just this thing. If it's different than usual. Which I don't think so. This is just the average Johan ship. And then let's see what that was about. This. Okay, so there is a door. Does this go anywhere? Does this go outside? No. Okay, well, door. Interesting. Bit of coral, bunch of leaves everywhere. Is there supposed to be like something in here? Like, I don't want to go around destroying everything, but I kind of want to know if I'm missing something. Like I did with the shipwreck earlier. Oh, you're supposed to mine through the wall. I'm smart. I think. On occasion. I was just thinking that it was like supposed to be like a dead end. We have another egg here. Wait, don't tell me this is the bewilder beast. Oh my god, it is. It was that easy. I thought that the place that they spawn in was different than this. But now this means that we have a purple death, a stingerzilla, and a bewilder beast. All of them. 3 of like the biggest dragons out there. This trip has sure been successful. That's snow. Yes, that's snow. Oh wait, those flowers are actually useful. The ones that spawn the particles, the blossoms. Thank you very much. This was one of the shortest but most successful trips I've done so far. I'm not going to be hatching all of these at the same time, by the way. That would be crazy. I don't even know what they eat food-wise and anything else. Or if they destroy everything around them before you tame them. So I'd rather wait with that. I'm just gonna fly all the way home and see if I find anything interesting along the way. Okay, so not even like 5 seconds later, another one of these things. Let's grab the egg if this one has one as well. I don't know if there's any different variants for the bewildered beast. No, this is a dusted ender. Yoink. I just flew past this place. And how cool would this be for someone to make a base? So I don't know if any of you are using the mod pack and the seed, which I've shared in the Discord, but these are the coordinates. If you look in the top left. So if you feel like making your home here with a little Gronko right there, surrounded by mountains. There's like a nice plateau there, and there's also, what is this, like Stormfly? Yeah, Stormfly. Yeah, very pretty. Give it a shot. And we are back home with our 4 new eggs. And I was thinking earlier on, as I was flying through Dragon's Hollow. Oh, right, I forgot there's no water down here anymore. Not that that matters because I live anyway. I was thinking, since we have these giant waterfalls going down, maybe we fill this place up with water till about like here, right? This little edge. And then we can put the Bewilder Beast in the water like it is in How to Train Your Dragon 2. Like it kind of rises up out of the water. That could be pretty cool. But also, I did already have plans for this area, so you guys let me know if that's something you would like to see. If we make this make this area the place where the Bewilder Beast lives, or if we repurpose it, because we also have this part, right? It keeps going down and down, but the deep slate just automatically looks a whole lot darker, so I don't know if the vibe would be the same. But this, it kind of already makes sense to have it here. I don't know, who knows. Also, for the dragon hanger, which is on the menu for today, it is going to be right over here. It's gonna stick out of this mountain here, which one looks good, but also it kind of connects to this place. And I was thinking we could do a whole bunch of like holding pens, stables kind of deal along this edge, and chip away at this and make it like a little launching platform where dragons can hang out before they fly off out of there. I think that could be very interesting. Now I just need to figure out what to do with the roof. Because it is a schematic, it will only take the oxidized versions of the copper and not this and wait for it to go. So I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do that. One last option would be to remake the schematic with the unoxidized copper variants and just then place it down and then wait for it to oxidize, but I already made the schematic and that would take even more effort, so I don't know. So basically what I'm doing is I'm replacing all of it in creatives before I made the schematic, and I'm gonna make a new schematic where everything is the unoxidized stuff. Also, slight spoiler for what I'm gonna be building, but like, ooh, I'm not showing you too much. Slight problem with that. I just realized that if I want this stuff to oxidize, which it does do like this, it won't oxidize if it's in a copycat block, which there are a lot of in this build. So I still have to wait for the carpet to oxidize outside of the build somewhere. There is one solution that I don't know if it's feasible right now, but there is a different mod called Create Oxidized, where you can make a machine to instantly oxidize the blocks. I have been saved by myself because now I can simply put a block of copper in a depot, pour water over it with a spout, and then it turns into exposed. Then it turns into weathered, and then it turns into oxidized. And I think that also works for these guys. Yep, exactly. So it'll still be a lot of work, but it's work that I can do myself without having to wait. So no cheating required, no funny business. Just that we need to make a new machine that is basically just gonna pour water over everything. So to make this oxidizer, there's a couple things that we need. First we need the spouts. Then we need fluid tanks, which we make with copper sheets and barrels, which I hope I have. Let's see. Fluid tank. Yeah, that's a bunch of those. Then is there a water pump? Just a pump? Fluid pump? Mechanical pump. Right? Fluid pipe. Need a couple of those. Oh, well, then I need more copper. Okay, now the pump's in the water. Then we get the cogwheel facing upwards. Get a couple shafts and then hopefully... Oh, I missed. Well, then we just do this. And it's overstressed. So let's disable this for a second. It should be fine. Yes. Wait, I think it's working. I think it's working. It's already full. That's great. That's absolutely magnificent. Then we grab more of these. Can we... Are these not connected? Yellow. Oh wait, maybe they first need to be big enough. Right. Okay. Now we can see the water level slowly rising. And then we just put a bunch of pumps, which I hope... Do we need to power these? I did it. I did it. I first just needed to pump it out of the thing again. And then the water actually went into the spouts. So now, again, not entirely sure how this works. Can I just... Maybe it's not underneath it properly. Okay, so it's going, but at an incredibly slow speed. I think it's good that I made multiple of these. Okay, so I fear we're gonna be here a while. Behold, the machine in action. I should have grabbed more. Is it not beautiful? I think the water demand can also keep up. We're fine. This is slightly ineffective, probably. Guys, I fear I may be the create god. Look at this efficiency. It's slower, but the idea is there. Now we just need to put... If I get this stuff, right? Because this is already weathered, so it's not really... Is it slightly exposed? Wait, exposed? Right. So if I do this... Okay, no, so it doesn't need... It only needs 3 spouts to be completed. Okay, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spouts. So I can do 3 conveyor lines of these. And then they spit out one completed... One oxidized thing a second. So that's 3 per second. I mean, I guess that works. I've said it before and I'll say it again. You are watching a master at work. Now look at how beautifully this thing operates. As soon as I get some stuff in here. Let's get some normal blocks of copper. This. Stack, stack, stack. Look at the efficiency. Very little input that needs to be done on my end. And we love being lazy. So, we fill this up with a bunch of blocks. We just kind of forget about it. And just like that, half an hour later, we are done. Look at all this beautifully oxidized copper that I didn't have to wait days for. Huzzah! Okay, so if we put in our material checklist, let's see. Oxidized copper, all of the copper that we need has been recognized. And now we need to get a whole bunch of wood items, which shouldn't be nearly as bad. Maybe 1800 copycat slabs. That may just be a little bit of a zinc. How much? Ooh! By the way, I found something out. Something that I don't know why I missed that in the first place. Oh, it's quite laggy. It's loading everything in still because I relogged. This thing. I left it open because I didn't know how to get it to stay open and then click the same button and close it again. However, look at this. Click the button. It closes. We click the button again. And it opens again. Isn't that just wonderful? Basically, what I did was I changed something very simple. So if you already have this in your world, you could very simply just right-click this. And then instead of time delay, like I had in the first part, await a new redstone pulse. So first it turns open, then it waits for another pulse, which is done with the controller. That's your second time pressing the button, and then it closes again. That just works. All of the materials have been gathered. Many materials. I have 500 leftover zinc now, and I made all of the copycat stuff, including the 2000 slabs. We got stairs, we got all of the copper and all of the wood. So now, if I'm not mistaken, everything is completed. And then we click this button and hopefully... Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, let me through. Let's have a look. So it's starting out with a big central pillar, because that's what the whole building is resting on. If I'm not mistaken, yeah. Oh, I need to fix the water. That's fine. It's a nice, big, rounded pillar. Let me get a nice angle and then we can watch it be built. Actually, maybe I can give a little more input into what I actually did. So that right there is a little mechanism that I hid inside of the pillar. You will see what that does later. But first, I laid out a big, giant platform that everything else rests upon, because it needed to be slightly realistic in the way that it's a stable structure, you know? So this is all of the supports, and as soon as that's done, the main floor will be laid. Yeah. For the floor, I went for oak this time, because that looked more like the reference images. I went for a little combination of like hewn planks, pegged, and polished oak, and all that kind of stuff. And that is one launching platform, another launching platform, and then that one has none, to accommodate many different types of dragons. Here we have a little mechanism that I will show off in a bit. Oh, look how satisfying that looks when the trail of blocks slowly reaches the end. Boom. Oh. And now the floor should be done. After that, as like a layer or two more. And now we start placing the main structure, and now you can see what I needed all of the copper for. Okay, so the thing about the diagonal fences is that they get messed up as soon as you actually spin the schematic, so I gotta fix those myself. Yeah, now we wait. And also I was thinking we can make a little path that goes along here and connects to this path over here. I like everything being connected. And I guess in the meantime I can already like sort of excavate this part if we use this small square. Let's see where this goes. That goes pretty much straight ahead. And then we just connect here. Let's see how far... Ooh, look at that. We have some support beams in here. Oh right, I forgot that the blaze burners don't really function properly. Let's see how it looks. It's already really coming together. And then above there, there's another little layer where other dragons can land. It's like you have this landing platform over here, and then when that is closed, there is a smaller entrance over here that remains open. So basically it's just to keep big, mean enemy dragons out, right? Ooh, as this is getting made, now comes one of my favorite parts, which is this thing right here. When that is finished, you guys, I just know you guys will love it. Over here, we have one more runway, by the way. It kind of acts like a longer one that goes in this direction. And that is a big, big deer skull with giant antlers. And I think that fit the vibe perfectly. I think we are done, actually. I think this is glued now as well. Does that mean that it added the wool? It did not.
See, edit box.
Oh.
Screen element 1 out of 11. Press tab to navigate to next element.
7, 8. And glue all that together. Like so. And then activate that if I can. Yes, I can. Alright, now if Ghoul wants to come here, please, pretty please. Don't bounce up and down, silly. Let me on! Okay. Okay, okay. It is powered. It should work. Now, if I click this button... There we go. The door closes. You're in the way. You're being a nuisance. And then it closes right as it touches this part of the wood. Which is very nice. And this is what it looks like from the outside. I think this looks absolutely lovely. One thing I was thinking about is how would this color fit in with the rest of the place. But I think as we add more buildings and such, that shouldn't really be a problem. And then if I press it again, same thing as the big door in our cave, it goes down again. Nice and slowly. Very awesome. Well, I dug out the back. And this is what it all looks like. So now it's all nice and connected. And then in here we can do like little dugouts where all of our stored dragons can go. Maybe on this side as well, make a little bridge over this gap. And then as you come in, you go in here. And then you can fly up here and then park your dragon there. Or go further into the cave. There's just many options to go everywhere. And I like that. That's the whole point. That's what this is all about, you know? Now, I think I'm gonna move the whole Night Fury, Nightlight, Light Night family over there. And of course, this place is gonna be decorated before we're done with it. So, don't think that this is the final state. I dug out this whole area, so we already have space to do new things. Now I'm just kind of wondering what else I want to do in this episode, because it's already been quite a while since the last one. And I don't want to make you guys wait too long, so I'd rather just get this out sooner. So yeah, next episode is going to be Bewildered Beast hatching. I'm kind of wondering what this Dusted Ender variant is, because I know what a Bewildered Beast looks like, the dragon variant. But I didn't know that there was multiple. So yeah, let me know if I should make this area down there into a Bewildered Beast water sanctuary. And just in general, let me know if you have any ideas. I'm always open to suggestions, and I'm constantly listening to you guys' feedback. Also, if you're wondering why I'm giving everyone hearts in the comments, it's my way of showing you guys that I've actually read the comment. So you don't have to guess if I've read it or not, or if I'm ignoring you or whatever. I read them all. Perhaps not if they come in like 2 weeks late after the episode has been aired and there's like 3 new ones already. But I try to read them all, even the old ones. I guess that there is one thing that we can still do, which should be quite easy. And that is replacing our tools. Maybe not all of them, But I was wondering if we could make some grunkle tools. So I got some raw grunkle iron. And with 7 we can make probably like a sword, a pickaxe. Is there a shovel? I don't think there's a shovel. Let's see, because can you enchant this thing? You can. Okay, that's good because this one has sharpness 5 and does 10 attack damage. This one does 10 attack damage without enchants. So that is way stronger. Or maybe a double iron axe. Whoa, imagine sharpness 10, 18 and a half. But I'm guessing that that would be kind of slow. I'll make the pickaxe now, but you guys let me know if alright, I need to smelt it. But you guys let me know if I should make an axe or a double iron axe or a sword or a flail. I already made this, this dagger, which does barely any damage. However, it's very fast, so you can, this is how fast you can attack with it. And the sword, it's like swing, swing, swing. And this one, it's swing, 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 swing. But that's not really my style, I think. Yep, ideas. Let me know, guys. I think that'll do it for today. I'll make the pickaxe off camera and just enchant it because that's going to take a while. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. And I will see you guys hopefully very shortly. Not as long as last time. Bye-bye.